Hello, this is Errol Naidu from Family Policy Institute. On the 17th of August, I participated on an online engagement with the Department of Home Affairs on the proposed single marriage bill. I was shocked to discover the bill is completely gender neutral and does not make any reference or mention of the terms husband and wife. This effectively kills off the biblical definition of marriage in South Africa. Monogamous heterosexual marriage will cease to exist when this new single marriage bill comes into effect. Now, government stresses that the purpose for this marriage bill was to rationalize the different marriage laws we have in South Africa and to deal with the protection of women in Muslim marriages. A ruling was made in the Constitutional Court, and this triggered a need for a single marriage bill. This is not true. The real reason and purpose for the single marriage bill is to redefine marriage so that man-woman marriage is abolished and that marriage, monogamous marriage, now becomes the union between a man and a woman, a man and a man, a woman and a woman, and transgender individuals or couples. I'm also shocked to discover that the bill makes polyamorous or group marriage possible under the polygamy provisions of the bill. Because there is no gender definition anywhere in the bill, a man can marry multiple wives, a woman can marry multiple husbands, or a man can marry 2 men and 3 women. A woman can marry 3 women, 2 men, any kind of formula you can imagine under this bill, because it makes it permissible and obviously legal to do this under the new single marriage bill. Also, and of great concern, is there is no exemption clause for religious marriage officers. When I asked the legal advisor at the Department of Home Affairs if religious marriage officers would be compelled to solemnize same-sex and transgender unions, his answer was LGBT community can register as marriage officers. But this obviously doesn't guarantee that LGBT people is going to use LGBT marriage officers exclusively. And what we've seen in the past with the Civil Union Act, even though there were numerous marriage officers registered under that act, LGBT activists sued Christian individuals, churches, wedding chapels, and Christian businesses, forcing them to comply with their ideology. I believe that this new single marriage bill there's going to be an explosion of litigation against Christian businesses, churches, wedding chapels, and targeting of religious marriage officers in this bill because there is no clause exempting them. And because this bill is one single bill, it's not like the 3 we currently have. We have the Marriage Act of 1961. We have the Recognition of Customary Marriages Act of 1998, and we have the Civil Union Act of 2006, 3 separate bills. And religious marriage officers will have to register under the Civil Union Act to be able to solemnize same-sex unions. Well, this isn't the case anymore because we have one single marriage under which man and woman, 2 men, 2 women, and transgender individuals are all recognized as monogamous marriages, which means religious marriage officers will be compelled to perform all these marriages. Now, why this is shocking is South Africa is the only nation in the world to strip men and women of the unique legal definition of marriage between a man and a woman to accommodate LGBT community. This is crazy because this is outright discrimination against men and women when a government takes away the unique distinction of marriage between a man and a woman just to appease the demands of a tiny minority LGBT group. And government has done this. And we must stand up. We must say no to this affront to our rights. We must write to the Department of Home Affairs. The email addresses will be on your screen now. You have until the 31st of August to write and comment on the single marriage bill. The next process, it will go to Parliament. Parliament will begin to deliberate, or the Portfolio Committee in Parliament will deliberate on this bill, and there will be a second round of public participation. Please, we need, and I'm appealing to church leaders, denominational leaders, civil society leaders, and married people, Christians, please stand up and say no to the single marriage bill, because we have to stop this.